When you go to a theme park in Europe, people automatically think you're going to Disneyland Paris. But this is not the park to visit when you're planning your European vacation. When Disneyland Paris opened 30 years ago, it raised the bar for theme parks in Europe. But there are parks that have met that bar and crossed it. We love Disneyland Paris and we visit it often, but we must conclude that they are no longer the number one park to visit in Europe. We're going to compare Disneyland Paris to the new number one of Europe on 10 different topics and show you who comes out on top and what Disneyland must do to regain the high ground. This is Dutch Theme Park Network. Let's dive in. The number one theme park of Europe, in our opinion, is Efteling. Efteling is a Dutch theme park in the south of the Netherlands. And yes, we're Dutch Theme Park Network, so you might consider us biased, but we have good reasons why Efteling is better than Disneyland Paris. So hear us out until the end of the video and let us know what you think. The Efteling and Disneyland are remarkably similar when it comes to rides and attractions. Efteling did open its doors earlier, but it's easy to conclude that the parks did inspire each other. The Efteling is a fairy tale themed theme park with a castle in the middle and a train that runs around the park. They are even building a hotel above the entrance. The Efteling has 4 big dark rides and a 5th is on its way. When you combine Disneyland Parks and Disney Studios, they also have 4 big dark rides. They both have a scenic boat ride, the Efteling has 6 thrill rides and so has Disney. The Efteling has an interactive walkthrough area full of fairy tales, and in its own way, so has Disney. When it comes to rides and attractions, there is no clear winner. Both parks spend a lot of time, energy and effort when it comes to theming. Efteling has made a shift towards themed areas instead of themed attractions, like Disneyland. Stories are thought out and come to life. Efteling is fairy tale themed, so the stories are familiar, and they also develop their own stories like Disney. In both theme parks you will be transported to another magical world. Also when it comes to theming, there's no clear winner. Now when you're planning your trip, weather is one thing you can't influence. Whether it's pouring or blistering hot, you want a fun day. Efteling is a clear winner here. Disney is a good park when it rains, snows or on a nice spring day, but when it's 86 degrees or higher, it's no fun unless you like boiling hot. Disneyland is mostly concrete with little to none options for shade, and they have no water rides. There is nowhere to get soaked. In the Efteling there is plenty of shade because it's basically still a forest. So there's also protection from rain and wind. There is plenty to do inside when it rains, but there are also water rides and playgrounds for when it's hot. This guarantees a fun day no matter the weather. I mentioned the forest. Efteling is also a nature park, so when it comes to scenery there is no park in the world that can beat Efteling. Even if Disneyland brought Animal Kingdom to Paris, it would not come close to the way Efteling combines and embraces the forest in which it's built. It almost feels like the theme park grew naturally. There are still places in this park where you can feel alone, even though the park is crowded. Disneyland is more designed and, of course, has a good scenery, but honestly, it can't compare to Efteling. You really have to experience it yourself to understand it. When it comes to entertainment, we can have debate. Both parks have character meetups, but Efteling has different shows in the whole park with characters from different attractions, and in the summer and winter there are also extra entertainment like bands. There is no parade, but there is an evening spectacle. Disney doesn't have the smaller entertainment and the shows get cancelled quite often, but they do have more photo opportunities and a parade. So we did not pick a clear winner here. We did pick a clear winner when it comes to employees. We're sorry, but we can't count the number of times anymore when we encountered a rude cast member in Disneyland Paris. Of course it can happen at Efteling as well, but in our experience the people that work at Efteling are so proud and so happy to work there that it rarely happens. Unfortunately, not in Disneyland Paris. Now I don't want to blame the cast members here, apparently they are not happy with Disney and they show it to the guests. The strikes this year at the park show as much. We feel so sad for the people that vacationed at Disney. That easily spoils your entire day, which you spend a lot of money on. Go to Efteling and that won't happen. In both parks you will manage fine when you only speak English. In Disneyland you will hear a lot of French and in Efteling you will hear a lot of Dutch. But they mix it in with English words so you'll understand what's going on. The Efteling is getting better at this and is even working on technology that will make everything available in English, but at the moment, if we need to pick a winner, then it's Disney. The park was designed in 2 languages and the Efteling is integrating it now, but there are still shows that are completely in Dutch. The Efteling wins big when it comes to development speed though. There haven't been any new rides since Ratatouille was added in 2014, and that ride has been copied to Orlando. There have been rethemes and new overlays, but I'm not counting those. The Efteling opened 6 new rides since 2014, the coaster Baron 1898, the kid coasters Max and Moritz, the dark ride Symbolica, and they opened 2 new playgrounds and they added a new fairy tale to the fairy tale forest, namely the 6 swans. And all are unique rides that can't be found anywhere else in the world. At the moment Efteling is building a new hotel and a new ride that will be opened next year. In Paris, we're still waiting on the Frozen Lands to open, which was announced in 2018. So, clear win for the Efteling here. The same with innovation. Efteling is constantly enhancing their services with technology. They have a really good app and they are doing really cool things with augmented reality and speech to text. In Disneyland Paris we see no innovation because the new attractions that have been announced all exist somewhere else in the world. When we compare Efteling to Disney World, this is different. But comparing Disneyland Paris to Efteling, Efteling clearly wins when it comes to innovation. Another clear and easy win is price. An Efteling ticket is 42 to 48 euros depending on the crowd, and in comparison Disneyland is 56 to 105 euros. Also hotels, food, drinks and merchandise are more affordable at Efteling. We made an entire video about how it's possible that Efteling is such a high quality park for such a low price. I'll put the link below in the description if you're interested in that video. At the moment Efteling has the high ground with 9 out of 10 points and Disneyland only scores 4, which is such a shame because Disneyland was such a cool park and such a good park to visit. But at the moment they only are raising the prices and give nothing back. They're not building anything, they're not taking care of their employees. Let's hope this will change because we would love it if there's a healthy competition in the European market and Disneyland would be the awesome park yet again, which it once was. But what do you think? Do you agree with us? Or do you think Disneyland is still the best park in Europe and why? Let us know in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. For now, our advice, if you're planning a trip to Europe and you want to visit a theme park, choose Efteling. You will not regret it. And if you stuck with it so far, then you must like theme parks. We make a lot of movies about European theme parks and it would mean so much for us if you would like this video and subscribe to our channel to support us. I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!